everybody and welcome. My name is Paris Williams and tonight I'll be interviewing an amazing opera singer. I've invited her for a quick interview and she'll be on her way anytime soon. Please stay tuned until the interview is over. Thank you. So how are you?
Good, thanks Paris. Thanks for having me here.
No worries.
Thank you.
So could you please introduce yourself?
Yes, I'm Shirin Majd and I'm a classical singer and I'm soprano. And I graduated from conservatorium here in Brisbane 2 years ago in pedagogy and performing, both of them. And before that I've been in Austria for 1 year and I studied in conservatorium, in Graz conservatorium, at the same time in music, at university as well, in music and performing in vocal as well. And this is me.
So what is your future plans and schedules looking like?
Okay, it's better to tell you about what's going on when I'm moving here and everything. And because I moved to Australia around 9 years ago, and when I came here, 8 years, 2011, 10 days after that I came here, I had my first performance. And that was really good because I have to create my group and the ensemble with the guitar and cello and voice by the name Sweet Sound, and I established it here. And we had lots of performance around Queensland and the other states in Australia, and with a trio in multicultural festivals and the others. That was really exciting. And then as my friends and colleagues ask me, why you want to be an opera singer? Are you crazy or something like that? Because we don't have opera in Iran these days. I just created my show to give them the answer of that I'm in love with that one and it's my life. And the name of that project is Rebirth. And it's based on a Furuq Farrokhzad poem, and you can find the details of those things and all my project in my website as shirinmaj.com. And I created that one, lots of composer there, and I had a painter to paint for each song. And the first song is the love, life, and hope, and then rebellion and restrictions, and then rebirth, to find my way to be a singer in the other country. And that was a really successful one, and we had a tour around Australia and then in UK and US, and it's 3 years ago. And now I'm in a three new projects actually, and the new project is by the name Cooch, and the songs of migration. And Cooch in my language Farsi means migration. And Mastane, the composer of this show, wants to do this because he's a jazz composer, and she just wants to gather the stories and the songs from around the world. But she just focused in Iran. But after that, we had a coffee and a conversation, something like that. We decided to choose the songs from the other countries, all the countries, and gather to these melodies based on the folk songs or the popular songs and the other things, and arrange it to the jazz ensemble, and I sing it in the other languages, in Farsi, English, Turkey, Spanish, and we're still gathering the new songs from around the world as well. And there's a really enjoyable journey for Cooch, and I will have the first performance in Edinburgh actually next 2 weeks, and in a Fringe festival. That's a really exciting one. And then I will start to have it in Queensland, in Brisbane in October, 19th of October. And I'm looking forward to it. Actually, it's really nice, and I always have that different element in our show. For example, dancer, visual art, and all the subtitles will be there. And because I just don't want to be just singer, you know, I just want to be to creator of that or artistic directing of that one. Before that, we had a Tales of Scheherazade. That's a opera in 2 languages, and we had a premiere of that one in 2017, and in Brisbane. And that was a really successful one. And the composer actually asked me to, do you want to do this together? Because he's Polish, and you know, but he grew up with stories based on the 1001 Nights stories, and that's really exciting for me. And we worked together before in Rebirth, and he asked me, do you want to do something like that? And that was interesting for me, and we started to do this. I was the artistic director of that show and the singer of that one as well. And that's actually it's the first opera in 2 languages, and in Farsi and English. And we had narrator, dancer, all these things. That's my second baby. Kuch is the 3rd baby. I don't have 2 more babies as well.
Yeah, that's very impressive, and congratulations.
Thank you for that. Thanks.
So how can audiences find your work and follow your activities?
That's good, because I try to be active in Facebook, Instagram, and my manager sometimes do these things for me. But they can find me in Shirin Majd official in Instagram. And my website is, they can find all the details in my website, www.shirinmajd.com. It's SHIRINMAJD.com. And the other things, if they Google me just for the Sweet Sound Ensemble, they can find lots.
Yeah, amazing. Thank you. And would we be able to hear a song from you today?
Yes, sure. Actually, I chose one of the Kuch song, and it's the name of that is I've Been in the Storm. And I really love this song because it's based on the Negro spiritual songs, and the first immigrants that we had from as actually part of the slavery. And these slaves just want to connect to each other in churches or the other gathering, and they just want to tell the other people about their stories, and they create these Negro spirituals. And I chose this song because it's a really nice melody in there, and it's the meaning of the words is really nice and still going for everyone, because it's like I've been in the storm so long, give me a little time to pray. And I think all of us need to do that, you know, and not just pray as a believer, because it's really important to believe too. We need to be more calm. We have to have peace, and yes, and working in that peace environment. And that's nice because I have that story behind that to choosing this song. But my visual artist and the filmmaker that he made a video on that one, he had a different meaning of the words, and he changed it to the environment things, and you know, and climate change. And that's interesting because each artist have the different view about one particular part or words, or you know, it's interesting, and I really like that this challenge. Yes, I would love to share a couple of the sentences of that one in a cappella.
Yeah, amazing. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you.
I've been in the storm so long. I've been in the storm so long, children. I've been in the storm so long. Oh, give me little time to
Thank you so much for sharing that with us.
you.
Yeah, it feels very powerful. There's a lot of depth to it, sort of like a sad melancholy. So thank you very much.
Oh, thanks. Thanks for having me.
Are there any last statements you want to say?
Yes, and I always have a project to share. Another project that I'm working on, and I really like it, and it's by the name Stolen Identity. And it's about the stories of women around the world, actually, that's sharing their stories with me. And one of my students inspired me to do this from Fiji, and to gather the stories of the people that have struggled with some abuse, or the cultural differences or cultural struggles, and they share their stories with me. But now they're really powerful, strong women. They passed that trauma, and they're really successful one now. And I have the six stories till now from Fiji, Australia, Iran, Afghanistan, Jordan. And I have the poet to change it to the poem. And I have composers around the world to work on these things in the different tastes, because we just want to have a country that had the taste of that country, that folk songs or the cultural things that they have in that country, to put in composition. And it's a long-term project, and I'm not really worried about that. And I just started 1 year ago, 1 year and a half, and it's still going. But if someone wants to share with me their story, and they have the really powerful one, just email their stories in the info@shirinmaj.com, and we can have a chat, cafe, and talk about that one. And everything it's confidential, and we just want to share the stories with the visual art. After they have it as a singing part, or any artwork that they have to share, because I think we all of us have different stories to share, and sometimes if we want to change something, we have to tell it.
Yeah, that's a very powerful project.
Yes, really powerful.
Yeah, that can change a lot of people's lives.
Yes, till now it's changed a lot, and it's my goal is that maybe in future the people that they're sharing with me the story, tell the other people that this is my story, and they just want to share with the people strongly. That's my goal. Yeah.
It's a wonderful goal. It is, yeah. It's definitely promoting agents of change. So,
yes.
Thank you so much.
Thank you for that. Thanks for having me.
No worries.
Thanks, Paris.